Hey guys, I'm Ryan.
I'm Brittany.
And we're trying something new today. We're bringing you a mommy mukbang. Okay?
So excited.
I know, this is so weird, like so different. But
I know, but
I love crab legs.
Like, this is just a real treat for us today.
I know.
So we're gonna bring to you some motherhood topics of breastfeeding.
Yes. I'm not breastfeeding anymore. My baby stopped breastfeeding. Well, he's a toddler, but he stopped breastfeeding at 2 years old. He's right there, so if he screams, just like bear with me.
We're moms.
But
and then mine are, so I have two little girls. I have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. So yeah, she's about, the 2-year-old is about to be 3, but my 1-year-old is breastfeeding. I did not breastfeed my first daughter, and I exclusively breastfed my 1-year-old, and we're still in the journey. So that is kind of what we're gonna be going over. So
yeah,
some crazy stuff.
Okay, let's start.
Cause we're hungry.
I know. First of all, I have Brittany waiting all day. First of all, it's 8:30. she came here. She came here at 7 o'clock, and even then I was like, Brittany, just wait. Like, can you go do this? Can you go do that?
I had to even go pick up a Snicker, like
literally,
because I was not myself.
Like, I've been having her starving for an hour and a half. I'm so disrespectful. And
okay. We wanted to be hungry.
Yeah, and then it took so long to like set up, just crazy. Okay, I'm gonna start. What are we gonna start with?
A shrimp.
A shrimp. I want to start with an egg, but I don't want to.
It's so weird eating on camera.
I know. I don't want y'all to think I eat like nasty. Like, this would be so bold.
But you know they be having the juice running all down their mouth.
They really do.
I could never. I don't think I
listen.
Could. Not purposely.
I'm not gonna say never, because if I have some juice running down, like,
that's why I was saying maybe not purposely fully, but
yeah.
I feel like that's what makes it great.
What? Drink some water. This is great. Okay. Okay, so what's the hardest part about breastfeeding for you?
I would have to say the constant having to be like around the baby, like not even around the baby. I guess that sounded crazy, but no, not
I
constant.
understand.
But you know, like when you breastfeed, the baby gets so clingy, and if you're not
so
used
attached
to being all like having to be tied down, it is a complete change of your lifestyle, really. Like,
no, it really is. Like,
what about you? What was the toughest part?
No, I mean, I agree. It's really hard. First of all, people who don't breastfeed don't understand, like, it's a full-time job.
No, for real.
Like, literally, the baby is with you all day, super attached, and then like you can't even sleep.
Yeah, the sleep probably was the most like you have to adjust to the sleep the most.
Yeah, like I literally was not sleeping at all. Like, I was up feeding all night.
Because, and then how long would you say it took you to get into like a rhythm where you actually could sleep through the night? Like,
oh no, I wasn't gonna sleep. Well, okay, so sometimes I read, that's my baby, he would just he would just open it up, my shirt up himself and just start eating. Like, it was that bad. It was really bad. Honestly, I wasn't really getting sleep until I stopped. Like,
wow,
I'm really not playing.
Yeah, that's honestly, and this is not to discourage anyone from breastfeeding, because breastfeeding is such a beautiful journey.
You want to know? Yeah. Okay.
But this is just the real, like, our real journeys, because
hold on, take it down. That's the thing about breastfed babies. They're spoiled. So spoiled. So attached.
It's and you can see the night and day difference. Like, my two are like one formula fed, like from day one, and exclusively breastfed. I mean, I don't even, like, I pumped probably for like 4 months, and Yeah, I wasn't really pumping for real.
Same.
I did build up a supply, but I never used it because I was always home with her. So it was just easier to, like, you know, just give her the boob and just let me get some sleep and she still sleeps with us now. Like, I don't know how to get her out the bed. I don't.
I pumped. I did have a really good supply, but I mean, I still was breastfeeding all the time. Like,
yeah, because you were around.
My supply only came in handy if I like had to do something and I had to be away from him.
Right. And it is good. When did you run out of your supply?
Oh, the worst thing ever happened. So I was staying with my mom. Well, yeah, I was staying with my mom, and okay, I was kind of like back and forth between my mom's place and my baby daddy boyfriend's place. So I kept all of my milk with her, because she was the one who was like watching him. And then I kept a little bit of milk at his dad's house, but I didn't really need it because I was there. You know what I'm saying? But like all my backup milk, all my stored milk was at her house. She lived in these apartments. Her apartment complex lost power. Worst day of my life. It was the worst day of my life. I had so much milk there.
Oh no,
I tried running to, I don't know where I was at. I feel like I was in class. I feel like I was somewhere like very far where I couldn't get there in time, because even his dad lived literally a mile away on the same street. So I feel like I was somewhere really far that I couldn't get there in time to save the milk.
Because it probably was
all that.
It went to waste?
All of it. Like, I literally was like, oh no, I could cry. And then his dad, let me tell you, and then his dad, like, the rest of my milk was at his dad's house. So I was like, okay, I'm going to build off of this supply. Girl, his dad moved out. This is before we moved here. His dad moved out.
No.
I'm like, before he started packing, and you know how like guys just don't care. Before he started packing, I was like, okay, and don't forget, like, you need to like pack that last, and you need to like make sure you wrap it up, wrap it in ice, put it in a cooler.
It didn't happen.
When he was done moving, I said, wait, where's my milk? Went into the fridge, said, where's my milk? He said, oh yeah, somebody threw that out.
Oh no.
What?
No, that's scary. We would have had to been going, well, because the fridge was just far from.
No, he threw it out. They threw it out. Listen.
Those are fighting words.
I was literally on the edge of crying the entire day.
Oh,
I was like, do you know how precious that is?
That is liquid gold,
bro. He didn't even care. He didn't even care.
The hours behind those pumping sessions, the late night pumping sessions.
I'm like, you don't understand
what I went through to get that out. And then you had to start it all over.
So after that, after twice, like after having to start it 2 times, I was like, no, I'm literally not doing this again. Oh, so that's when like he was probably like, I want to say like 6 months. Yeah, maybe he was like 6 to 7 months, 6 to 8 months, like that range. That's when I was like, oh, okay, like I'm just not
pumping anymore.
We're just gonna give it to him. Yeah, this is gonna be what it is. This is so good.
So good. Oh, it's spicy today. It's spicy.
So good though. Oh my gosh.
Did you do your lemon yet?
I'm scared because I don't love lemon.
What?
I don't love it.
No, you need to. I'm about to dip this cucumber.
So what are you doing? Arguing? What'd you do? Did you put it on there first?
I just squeeze it over my like piece of food that I'm about to eat. Yes, that cucumber tastes so fresh with it.
Okay, my next question is, what's your best experience, or what did you love most about breastfeeding?
I think I love most those beginning stages. So like when the baby was a newborn, when Reagan was first born, just bonding with her and getting her to be able to latch.
Such a beautiful thing.
It really
so
is. And even now when you think about it, like I was watching her nurse today, and you know, you kind of get so in the rhythm, in the routine of things, like you just kind of forget to like this is such a precious moment. But you kind of just forget to think how precious it is until you like stop and slow down. And as moms, like
that's me right now.
It's so hard to slow down sometimes, but you do have to hold on to these moments because they go so fast. And then you're gonna be crying like, I can't do this anymore. So I think that has to be just like the little intimate moments with your baby, like that's just so sweet. It just makes me want to cry even think about it, because it's like it won't be there forever. So what about you?
For me, hold on, because y'all not about to catch me slipping. First of all, I'm like, okay, so for me, I'm like at that point right now where I'm like, oh, like I'm so sad, like he is not breastfeeding anymore. In the end, I was miserable just because I didn't have any time to myself. And I was just like, oh, I want my freedom back. But now I'm, oh my gosh, I wish he could still breastfeed. I just miss those moments and him leading me, and always going to sleep with me. And I'm of course so happy that he's growing up, but I just miss those little baby moments. But one of the best moments or experiences that I had was when we got COVID. And literally it was nothing wrong with him because I was breastfeeding. Now that's one thing. There was 2 times. Yeah, there was 2 times where he had a really bad cold in 2020. He was like 3-4 months old. He had such a high fever. It was like 101. Nose running, like he was so sick, and they were like, yeah, all you need to do is just take some probiotics and just breastfeed him. Wow. Girl, I literally did that all night. He woke up the next day completely cured, like no runny nose, nothing. He was coughing. Listen to that. I'm like, that is crazy that every single nutrient you need is in your milk. And then when we had COVID, he was completely fine. Like it was like nothing was wrong with him. He was just drinking milk. And then I started pumping because I just wanted to like put it in his food and stuff. Right. And my milk was green. And I was like,
I was wondering if that actually happened.
Yeah, my milk was green. Like
that would have kind of threw me. I would have been like, whoa.
No, like, yeah, that would have been so cool to see. What is it? Like, what is going on?
It was bright green or kind of like just a tinge of green.
It was like
a lime.
Yeah, it was like limey.
Yeah, that is so interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really cool because I was like, oh, like I feel good. Like I feel good knowing
that you can protect your baby, even not even like thinking about it, like you're breastfeeding.
Yeah, so that was dope.
Did you ever use your breast milk as like a baby bath? I never did either, but I saw something the other day that said like you can use expired, like because I have a lot of milk in the freezer that's expired after a year, and you know she's 14 months, so I'm like, well, what should I do with that? Even though I don't think she really, like, it was really good for cradle cap, eczema.
Oh, you used it for that?
I didn't use it yet, but I just read a while ago that it was good for that. She has a little eczema now, but I'm gonna just probably start putting it in the bath. Yeah. And that might, and it just makes you feel better, like you didn't just waste it all.
What,
this is so tasty.
Were you able to breastfeed immediately, or like how? What was your experience?
No, my milk didn't come in until I got home, so that was like 3 days. And
really? I'm surprised. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it did not come in. I was pumping in the hospital. Oh. But I was using their pump, the medical grade pump, and then I was getting frustrated. Because that is originally what happened to with my older daughter. I really wanted to breastfeed and I couldn't because I just kind of got impatient. And I got home and then it kind of started slowly coming in. But she would nurse and she would just hit my chest like full-fledged because I don't think she was getting much. So I was getting really panicked. On top of that, she had like a little, like her bilirubin was,
he did too.
Yeah, and like it was low. What did you call it? It was low, or it was just not where it needed to be. The numbers.
Did she have jaundice?
Yeah, a little bit.
He did too. He was under the blue lights.
Yes. Did they send you home with the blue light, the blue blanket, the Billy Rubin blanket?
No, but we were in the hospital for a week.
Oh, so and
I couldn't even take him out.
Oh, like they were like under the light.
Yes, they
kept him.
Yeah, they were like, no, like he has to stay, and I was so scared.
That is scary
experience. Like we could barely, like, anytime he came out was just to get shots, and it was so scary. I'm like, this is so much.
I didn't know that. Yeah, because they sent us home. It was so stressful.
So stressful.
They sent us home. And then they sent us home and everything was fine. And then we went to the doctor's appointment. And then her Billy Rubin numbers like kept dropping, or it's weird. It's like low, it raised or it lowered. It wasn't where it needed to be. And they were like, yeah, we're going to send you out a company that does the Billy Rubin blankets. And you think it's like a blanket, but it's a light. It's like a blue LED looking light. And you have to stick it underneath the baby the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Like all day. And it, you know, the baby be so small. So it was just a little creepy because it was like, I don't know if she's staying on it. I don't know if it's working. So
yes,
that was
like, you really have no idea what's going on when the baby is so little. Like, what's happening?
Right.
I used to think he wasn't eating. I used to be
with
like,
the milk.
He's not eating. Yeah.
Because you can't even feel when.
Literally.
And then you said, so when your milk came out, because I had such a different experience with this, did you feel your letdown, like when you first started, like
when he was first born?
Like, how did you know, like, when your milk was like, okay, he's getting a big amount of milk right now?
No,
or you just can't feel anything.
Okay,
like,
so when I first he didn't start breastfeeding until he was like 5 weeks, 6 weeks old.
What do you mean?
Okay, so I tried to breastfeed him while we were in the hospital, and he latched like the second, third time. Okay. But after that, like, he never latched. I was pumping. I had overflow. I was pumping all the time. And I was trying to make him latch after that. Like, when we were in the hospital, he was latching. It was all good. But after that, they were also giving it to him in a bottle. So.
Okay. They were giving him your breast milk in a bottle.
So when we got home, he was not latching, like, at all. And I literally, like, I couldn't even go anywhere because my stuff was just spilling out. Like, those pads didn't work. It was so bad to the point where I was getting, what is it called? Mastitis?
Oh, mastitis.
Whatever it's called.
Or when you kind of get a... Gotta wait until
it was like where your breasts are engorged and they were painful, like hurting. Like, I used to be like, wake up. I used to have to wake up all night and pump because
oh my god,
I would wake up and it was just like veins everywhere, just like engorged. It was so bad.
Both sides?
Yes, it was so bad. Like, those little pads didn't hold nothing.
Oh, I can only imagine that.
Yeah, so that's why I needed the Haka, because I would pump, or like I would try to make him breastfeed, and literally the Haka would fill up the entire Haka.
Wow.
It was so bad. That's why I was like, that Haka saved my life. I didn't know about it for a long time.
The Haka is the best thing. Like,
no, it really is. Like, without that, I would have wasted so much milk.
Same,
I used to breastfeed, and it just used to literally squirt out.
I do know what you mean, but yours probably was 10 times worse squirting because they probably did it for so long.
It was terrible. Like,
and it's kind of annoying when that milk, because that milk gets cold. Like, when it hits your shirt, it gets cold and it gets uncomfortable.
But that's why I had so much milk.
I could only imagine. I only use the Haka as my pump. That's how I got my supply. Oh, the Haka, like, I couldn't really pump, but I literally would pop it on every time, and I thought it was so cool that it would collect. And that was how I made my supply. So, answering your question, he wouldn't latch for a long time. Okay. I was trying. I kept going to the lactation specialist. Same. That his doctor, his pediatrician. She's just like, oh, like, you should just stop. You should just give up, because at this point, she was like, she didn't. She was like, at 4 weeks, your baby's not gonna latch. And I was like, what baby's not gonna latch? She was like, he's too old now. And I was like, okay. Girl, I was up every night trying to make him latch. I'm not even playing with you. No, because I was like, there's no way I have all this milk. Yeah, I'm like, I have all this milk and you're telling me not to stop? No.
I'm like, are you crazy? I'm like, no. So I literally tried every day. And finally, like, he was probably, I don't really remember it, but
I know you were like,
4 to
oh
6
my
week
God,
range.
thank you.
No, literally. I was just like that, but after he started latching, I'm like, oh.
It's
I'm like,
on
this
now.
is serious. Yeah, I'm like, this is no joke. But I had a hard time, like, making sure I knew if he was actually eating. So I was always so scared. But, like, I really could not feel the letdown for real, for a long time because I was so backed up.
So you probably really just, like, you could have honestly been numb to a lot of it, or you could have just been so engorged that until you got back on the, like, a regular schedule,
like, once he started eating regularly, that's when I finally started going down a little bit, because he was eating a lot, but I wasn't pumping as much, you know?
Yeah.
I was only pumping when he was eating.
That letdown, remember I told you I feel that, like, feeling, and I figured out what it was. That's why I asked you about the letdown. My friend actually,
oh my gosh, my friend Crystal, she was pumping for like 6 months. And she ended up telling me the same thing. I felt the letdown eventually. And it was like relieving, because it was like, okay, like, get this out of here.
Right. And that's what it feels like. Like, okay, get it out. Like, let's start. But see, that feeling, it's actually called Demer. So it's D-M-E-R. I did research on it a long time ago. And it's like, the D stands for, like, dysmorphic. I don't know what everything else stands for, but we can look it up. But it basically feels like, so when I first started nursing, I, you know, of course, after you get home from the hospital and everything, like, it was like okay, like, I don't really know how I should feel yet with this nursing process. But as it went on, like, as my milk would come out, like, you know, because the baby sucks for a minute, and I feel like, is that normal? Like, baby sucks for a minute, they don't get anything, and then it starts letting down. Like, they might suck for maybe 30 seconds, and then the milk starts coming out. Or I mean, they probably get a little bit of something, but the big letdown takes like a minute at least for mine. So then, as soon as that happens, 30 seconds to a minute into it, I just started feeling so down. Like, it was just like like, if I was eating, I had to stop eating. Like, it would just make me feel so weird. And it still happens, but, like, not at the rate that it once did.
How did you fix that?
It never really fixed. I looked up, like, how to kind of, like, get rid of that feeling, because it's so hard to explain. But I read something, and it was like, it feels like you're sinking in that moment. Like, in that moment, it feels like a related feel to maybe, like, I don't want to say postpartum, because I haven't been through that, but they say it's kind of
postpartum. Huh? You go through postpartum?
Not. I don't want to say like that, but I think I had spurts of, like, maybe baby blues and, like, different parts. But
you're blessed.
I don't think I never got it diagnosed, I'll say that. But I don't, you know, everybody
I didn't either, but I
know.
I went through postpartum.
Yes. It definitely was some parts in there that was kind of just like, you know, I don't really know what's really going on. I'm just trying to get through. And that's kind of, it was a lot. But yeah, so that's the way it felt, and it was so weird, and now I can handle it. But they were just saying that the way to get through it is just, like, be around family when you're nursing, which is hard, of course, and then like, be in a positive environment, just because you know that feeling is coming. But my daughter also nurses, like, all the time.
That's how I realized.
All the time.
Literally, like, normal? Can't get a break.
Like, is there breastfeeding
like you're not even eating. You're not even eating because you're hungry. You're eating because you're comfortable, and, like, this is easing you. Like,
right. You don't have to eat. You're just doing this, like. And my daughter did not take a pacifier. Did you take a pacifier? Wow.
Never.
Wow. That Never. I think I take that back. The first question that you asked about what was the hardest part, the not pacifying part, like, no pacifier.
I never experienced, like, a baby with a pacifier. So
Riley had one, and she did so great. Like,
I was gonna say that was probably, I heard, because people used to always be like, give him a pacifier. And I'll be like, give
what?
Like, he's not about to take no pacifier.
No, look at you like, yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, so I'm assuming from what everyone's been insinuating is that the pacifier is like
a lifesaver.
Yeah, I've never experienced that.
That's the way we got Riley to sleep in her own crib at 4 months.
Oh.
In her own room, 4 months.
Does your baby sleep with you?
Reagan, yes. In the bed with us.
He still sleeps with us too. He's 2.
I don't want to look for it.
He's 2.
You're scaring me.
He's so attached. Like, can you tell he's like so attached?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I have to look forward to because they're the same.
Even without breastfeeding, this baby is still mommy. Literally like right here. Like, dang, I can't
have no space.
Use the bathroom.
The bathroom too. The shower, yeah. That's no.
Like, dang.
It's just a lot that goes into it that I don't think I like was ready for. Like, people can't really prepare you for it in that sense.
They can't. Like, you just gotta be ready.
It's a beautiful thing, but it's so tough.
Ari, what's wrong?
Ari, you good?
Don't waste.
Huh?
Don't waste.
These little
legs.
No, I can never get it out of here.
Let me show you.
But that's way bigger than this.
This. You just go like this. Okay, that one's still
that is. But let me see.
Look, I use the leg. It's kind of sick if you think about it. Like,
let me see. I know what you mean.
And then just break this in the middle. Well, you gotta be gentle.
Yeah, this one in the middle. But see, this one is not a. Oh, there we go.
But they do be so little. Like,
I didn't. Yeah, that is. I could use this leg. Let me see. I should have brought the
Not you playing Larry June in the background trying to get us demonetized. No, just I don't even have 1,000 subscribers.
Not us get demonetized.
Listen, I'm just speaking it into existence
because period. Like, excuse her, no.
I'm crying. You know how they be like, no, turn the music off. I can't get it demonetized. Like, I don't even have those problems at all. Play all
neither do I.
Play it all.
I think my subscribers are like, it's been going up though. 330. I did a video on the even flow. No, it wasn't even flow. The carrier, the baby carrier, and it was like a review on how to switch the carrier to the front, and it's been doing really good.
Really?
Like, yeah.
That's
and
good.
People are coming like, I would have never known. I mean, I just didn't know how to do it. I couldn't find a video on it, and I was like,
that's smart. That's smart.
That's
a good little tip.
And
if y'all ever looking for something you can't find it, just make it yourself, because if you're not the only person that's searching for that video.
Exactly.
Let's see. Okay, wow. Okay, lemon.
Good.
It's definitely different.
It puts such a tangy.
I was about to say it's very tangy. I don't love lemon, so like
I literally could eat lemon on everything.
Oh yeah, not me.
It's so good.
Not me.
So let's see. We talked about that.
What else?
What comes along with breastfeeding?
Do you think that
breastfeeding in the car?
Oh my gosh. But congratulations.
Yeah. So I recently was able to get my baby to sit in her car seat. Now that might sound like a very easy task, but for breastfed babies, Ryan told me when I first started.
I did. Listen, I tried to tell her, but she
was like, the best way is to just go to the baby, like keep the baby in the car seat and just kind of like feed the baby and let the baby sit there.
That's the only thing I can do.
Move your boob to the baby. And when I tell you, I've seen so many people do that, and that is everyone's answer. Like, the only way I can get somewhere.
That's the only thing I can
do. And that's so true. It's so true. But now she's able to switch. Like, she sits in the car seat, and it feels so good to sit in the front seat. Like, it's beyond crazy.
You want some more? You want some more?
He likes it?
I watched it. You want some more? Give this to daddy.
Spicy.
Give this to daddy and let him wash it. Give it to daddy first. Give it to daddy. Can you wash that for him?
Yeah.
It's
just
spicy.
to take the spice off.
You said what?
Just rinse it under the water. Give it to daddy first.
It's spicy.
It's hot. Say thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy.
Such a sweet baby.
So,
car seat.
do you feel like...
Alright. Here you go.
Do you feel like your husband... She's married. I'm not. Do you feel like your husband understands like your sacrifice with breastfeeding, especially because you had a baby who wasn't breastfed and then you had a baby who was breastfed?
That's a great question. I think he definitely understands.
He just wants to be in the camera.
Yeah, I was about to say, you want to make your appearance?
No.
He like, yeah,
He looks
Ryan.
too
I know.
crazy.
Yeah, Ryan's like, no, this is not happening.
Go
But
off your iPad.
I feel like he understands because it's such a different, like, it's such a night and day difference, and
Oh, like he can clearly see.
he probably is so. He probably like wishes that we would have just formula fed the baby.
Really? You
But
think so?
he is very grateful that like I decided to do this because we decided it together. Like, okay, this has great benefits. It's a season of COVID. Like,
Yeah.
that probably was the hugest
best
thing.
Yes.
That made our decision a lot easier because COVID was here, and he was like, okay, well, let's just make the best decision. On top of that, you know, he's he thinks extra on a lot of stuff. So like he was like, well, what happens if like formula runs out or anything like that, and you know, everybody's like going crazy in the grocery stores
because
like,
they were running out though.
Yeah, that was a real thing. And I was like, yeah, you know, you make a valid point too. So yeah, that's fine. But it is a lot. It's a tougher choice, and I feel bad because like with Riley, my first daughter, he was able to help so much. Like, oh, you want to bond with the baby? Like, let me feed the baby a bottle. Like, he was able to bond with the baby, the first baby, so easy. And this child, it honestly, until like 6 months, it really, like, he would tell me, and my mom would be like, well, you need to let him, like, you need to pump so that he has the ability to feed the baby. And I was like, I have to just do what works for me right now. Like, I'm barely
honestly, I gotta put me first.
Because I'm sorry, but pumping, that's a whole nother job in itself. Like,
It is. It's hard.
I couldn't do it right now. So,
Girl, I was a pumping machine, but
you had to though.
I did.
You really had to.
So do you feel like how did you get him to like spend time? Yeah,
when she got older,
felt a type of way.
I don't think he did at first, but then I think like when people kept bringing it up to him, like, how do you bond with the baby because you can't feed the baby, and you know she's just so attached to me. She's so attached to me. I think once everybody put that like picture in his head, he kind of was like, oh, I guess that's
not even
true.
like that deep.
It's not, but at
Like,
the same,
seriously.
but some people make it really deep like that.
It's literally not that deep, but
I'm like, he's very kind of like do what works for you, and like, you know, so he was just like, okay, because we had 2 under 2, it was more so like survival of the fittest.
That's
like he kind of get Riley, and I kind of like roll it out with Reagan. So that's more so why it was kind of like that. But if she would have been the first, I don't know. Did your bonding process go good on both sides?
girl, yes, I was obsessed with this baby and he was obsessed with this baby. We was listen. This baby would be right here. His daddy would be right here. Like, yeah, they were tied in. Like he just sorry. Like he was not. Aaron was very, very hands-on. Like he was very much like right there, which I was very, very grateful for because breastfeeding is like it's so hard. So like you really need like support. Yeah, like,
and we applaud all the men for
seriously, because I wouldn't have made it. I for sure wouldn't have made it. I would not have.
Crying, like I cried a lot.
No, literally, I was crying. I cried because he was not latching at first, and I was like, "What am I supposed to do? Like, how is he gonna latch?" Yeah,
that is, I think, the most stressful. Like, I read where some women, like, the baby has tongue ties or something. Like, tongue ties where the baby really can't latch.
Oh, wow.
And that's, like, I was in the lactation specialist office all the time.
Girl,
she probably was tired of me.
They're talking about Donde Estás. He's talking about where are you? Smart.
He's so smart.
That's that breastfeeding.
Oh yeah, to make them. You know, yeah, that's another, bro. That spice almost got to me.
I'm about to say, do you want another?
Oh wait, I need to.
Yeah.
No, it almost got me.
Not almost got me. I think it did get you. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, but I think
it got me.
I think it kind of got you.
Normally we get mild, but this time we did medium, like spice. And I
thought we usually get medium.
Or did we get? No. This is basically the second level spiciness, or spicy.
Breastfeeding is so hard, but it's so worth it.
It's so worth it. So worth it.
I really wouldn't trade breastfeeding for not breastfeeding, because it honestly was. I already knew it was gonna be a lot, and not that I loved every single moment, because obviously some parts were hard, but I loved that I was able to, breastfeed my baby and give him every single nutrient that he needed. And I was very prideful in the fact that I could heal him. Like you said, we had babies during COVID, and like I was so scared that I didn't want to give him any type of medicine, nothing, like when this all started. So I was very eager and happy to breastfeed him,
because that's what
it was, just natural. It was just like, you're gonna take this natural medicine, like you're gonna take this natural healing.
I love that concept though. The natural, honestly, I think what kept pushing me to kind of like, because at moments I would be like, in the beginning stage, I would be like, should I just switch? Because even when you go to the doctor,
they will be like,
they will push you to go to the other side, like, yeah, just formula feed.
I have a question. How did you deal with it? Especially because I don't know if everyone deals with this, but I know in the Black community, they are very much, your baby's a year old, you're still breastfeeding, your baby,
it's so bad,
you should stop breastfeeding after 6 months. How did you deal, or how do you deal with people telling you that there's a limit to breastfeeding?
I just keep in my head, I think the biggest part is knowing the age that you want to stop. Because if you have in your head the age that works for you, and all right, I set 24 months. I personally think 24 months is gonna be like two, like right at 2 maybe, and kind of start trying at 18 months to wean, because that way it gives me 18 months to 24 months to kind of be like, this is the time frame.
Ari, quiet.
Definitely like setting your own time. Like I was saying, 18 to 24 months is kind of my range, because it gives me a window to kind of, like how Ryan did, you kind of start at a time frame and then give yourself a grace period, because
so hard.
I know it's not gonna go like perfect, because this baby has been attached to you and only knows this form of thinking, that that's their supply of milk, like that's theirs. Even now when I like cover myself up, she looks at me like I'm crazy.
What are you doing?
And gets angry at me.
Does she go in your shirt?
Yes, all the time. Plays with the other boob, like while she's nursing on this one. I have to sneak it out of her mouth like at night. Yes.
Oh my, that was probably like, I'm traumatized. That was probably the worst. I used to hate, like, I used to be like,
yeah, because
like,
it feels
so weird.
Very weird, like, and then to be like, to try to decipher, I think, like, okay, you can have your significant other come and like try to be intimate with you like right after you breastfeed. I feel like that took some adjusting.
It's like
for me.
When you're breastfeeding, it's like disgusting, like, because you just feel like this baby is touching me all day.
Yes.
It's like you don't want anyone touching you, and it's not that you don't want to be intimate, it's just like you're just like you just feel like your body just isn't yours.
That's honestly
because the
what
baby,
it feels like.
literally, the baby is touching, grabbing you all day.
Then playing with your nipple on the other side,
Yeah,
like it just feels so
it's
weird.
too much, yeah.
And I don't think people understand that. Like it's such a thing, and that goes into it, and it's like you have to really train your mind to just kind of like, okay, like the baby is eating, but then think about it, like you have to then switch your mode of thinking to have moments of intimacy, like, because these are also things that, you know, spark things up as well. So it's like you have to switch your mindset from that to that.
It took me a really, like, it was very hard for me because I used to be like, just
cringe.
Yes, like I'd be cringing because I'm like, first you were touching me, this baby's touching me, now you're touching me, like,
it's like, just get off me.
Yeah, it's just like too much.
But yeah, so like you were saying about like our community, it's like our community, I think, is just so like, okay, like you should really stop breastfeeding now, like you've done enough. Even my doctor, the pediatrician, said,
the worst.
Yeah, like, okay, you've had it, like I think you should be done now. And it was a guy pediatrician, which, you know, he's a great doctor, but it's very hard to hear that and then want to keep going at times.
Whoa. So when people used to tell me, first of all, my mom and my sister would always be like, okay, when do you stop breastfeeding? When do you stop? And I'd be like, don't ask me that. Like, honestly, it's really not a question you can really answer for real, because I wanted to stop at 1 year, and I really just stopped at 2 years, a little bit. I mean, yeah, 2 years, a little bit after 2 years, but it's like, dang, I don't know,
right? And it's
I want to, but it's hard because you have a baby that's so attached to you,
and you don't want to kind of like just do much, so it just puts them in a tizzy. Like, who would want to do that?
Oh my gosh, yes. Like, I would rather you just eat than hear you cry. Like, it was just,
and you'd be so tired.
Oh man,
like I can't even go there.
Good job. People be like, he needs some real food. Like, this is real food, and this is why my baby is not taking. That's that.
Period.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like, let me see. Go.
1, 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. So I feel like it was really hard, but honestly, I just wouldn't.
Don't let anybody deter you from your journey, because, you know, I said the same thing about an epidural. Like, I didn't have an epidural with my second daughter, and honestly, I think that is what threw me on the really natural.
Oh, really? That's what put you on that natural?
That's what put me in that natural mindset.
Wow.
Because it was just like, okay, you already had a baby with no epidural. Like, you just need to.
Oh, wow, you super strong.
Because I didn't even think I could breastfeed because of the first journey. Like, I was like, this is just not for me.
Did you ever think about it with your first baby?
Yeah, I wanted to do it. I really wanted to do it, but it just didn't. Like, I just was like, how are people doing this? I just couldn't get the milk out fast enough, and I just think that was the problem.
2, 1, go. I love you so much.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone discourage you from not breastfeeding and not continuing your journey. And also, if you can, I highly recommend breastfeeding, because it's just there's so
many benefits.
Yeah, there's so many beautiful parts of breastfeeding, and I feel like every mom should experience that if they can. That
just alone, like, makes me so much more motivated to say I can do this too, because mothers their bodies were made for this. It's a beautiful journey.
Yeah, he does not like that we're recording and he's not in the camera. So hey, quiet time.
Babies know what they're doing,
man. If you can breastfeed, if you can't, that's okay, but just try.
That's all you can do is try.
Yeah, honestly, like, give yourself a shot. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, don't count yourself out. And if you're at the point where you're trying to stop breastfeeding, I would just recommend just trying to give them a cup as much as possible. Giving them like juice, very diluted juice, or almond milk, because your breast milk is sweet.
Oat milk, almond milk, silk milk, whatever you can do. I'm still working on that.
Yes, but that's what helped me, is basically just trying to give him milk at all times, and anytime he would try to eat, I would literally just hurry up and try to distract him, like, really quick. Like, if he's trying to eat, I would, like, tickle him, or like, oh, let's play, or like, let's go read, let's go on a walk, like, every single time, and it took so long, but we're here now.
We need to get to that.
He's still attached, so.
But he's not pulling your shirt down every 2 seconds. Like, you could look what you have on. Look what I have on.
Yeah. Oh my god, I couldn't wear shirts for the longest time.
My baby is not even over here right now, and I still wear this because it gives me anxiety. Because if she was pulling, I can't take it out.
I literally have the same way.
So let us know if you want us to make more of these mommy topic mukbang videos, because
honestly, because this was different. Yeah, this was different, but like it was still really cool. Like, I was really excited to do this. Our food is from Crazy Crab. We get what is it?
The mixture,
all
mix. So it's Cajun, lemon pepper, garlic butter, or butter, garlic, all mixed together, and then it's medium spice, but they have all the way up to like really high spice. So I think it's like the 4th option, but it's so good.
Okay, so if you guys like this video, please actually like it and comment, subscribe,
put a thumbs up.
Leave a comment, because we don't know if you like it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I really have no idea.
I feel like I love watching stuff like this. So if you really
Me
do
too.
like
I love mukbangs.
Please just comment. We are just 2 fellow mothers trying to, you know,
just be mothers and just
keep it real.
Yeah, and we love
talk about how good our food looks.
Even though motherhood is hard, but it's fine.
It is.
We love it. But
we do love it. I wouldn't want it any other way. Any other way. Because they're blessings.
Literally changed my whole life, but I'm literally so blessed for my baby.
So blessed and thankful, because how am I supposed to break this?
Look, bite it.
No.
No, literally go like this. Girl, that's the best part.
This is the best part. But I normally use the cracker for that. Oh wait.
I have crackers. No, bite it like this. Like, turn it horizontal. Like, hold like that. This? Yeah. Put your mouth. Now bite.
It's daddy.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't got nothing in my mouth.
Okay, guys. Seriously, we're gonna break this out. We love you for supporting us. Thank you. Let us know if y'all like this.
Please do.
Follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is follow me at RiseTime.
And mine is Brittany _W._.
Yeah, so
we'll put them.
Yeah, I'll link them below. But thank you guys so much, and that's it. If you have any other topics that you want us to talk about,
just let us know and comment down below, and we will get back with you guys.
Bye guys.
Peace.